Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So Georgia's offense will have the football first. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. It's a running room at the 20. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Mississippi State's offense has the ball for the first time. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did. He was good out in the field. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend it.
Right, and that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him, because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup, and you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get hits.
Well, the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking downfield, it's Croman Hope. Sweet cut there. Continues to fight for yards. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. Wants to throw again. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Caught behind the line. It's Wilkins. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll go to the ground. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line.
going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To the air. It's Coleman Hope. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And it slips just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The give to the back. Across the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll throw it. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Right on the money. Breaks into the open. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Fast completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking for a crease. It's Frazier. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. He's up to 94 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Wide open downfield. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll move the tight end. Running back searching for a hole. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. After the miss, the lead is still 4. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Thompson. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And we've come to the end of 1. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Coleman Hope. Pocket breaking down. Boom. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fears the pressure. Buys a little time. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Williams. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him and get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
From the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he's got some space.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Dogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Rides to the back. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge. They're dogs.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bulldog offense back onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Wants to go up top on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
The Bulldogs with a long way to go. Loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's Williams. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Back to throw, it's Croman Hope. On the move, he fires. It's caught downfield. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. But starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Briggs. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making a nice tackle.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs, and then hopefully move the football.
Catch in the middle, it's Wilkins. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And here comes the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll get this drive going from the 17. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Got it in stride inside the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. It's a draw. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sent
into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. West Virginia is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Don Nehlen, this has not been a blowout today in Morgantown. They're up by a field goal over Cincinnati. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Ben?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Dropping back, it's Croman Hope. Rushes on him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's a passing situation. And you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
Finds his tight end. There he goes. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the fellows between the hedges in Sanford Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's third down now. Lofts one deep down the right side. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, Dave.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll go right back to him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
And the Dogs come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. They'll try to run for it. They stopped him cold in the backfield, and all he needed was inches on third down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw, it's Coleman Hope. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Offense set on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Rich legacy of tough guys on that Georgia defensive front. Bill Goldberg, Jordan Davis, David Pollock, and you're not running on these dudes right now.
No, they set the tone, man. They hunker down on that line of scrimmage. They anchor the point. Such big, beefy guys every single year. You better start with something else. The running game, that ain't gonna work.
Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Caught in the backfield, it's Wilkins. Still running at the 40. He gets it to the 31-yard. And a big play for this offense.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking to throw, it's Croman Hope. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Just feeds the running back. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. The give to the tailback. Got enough for the first down. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Quickly out to the tight end.
I tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They go to the ground, and he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Snagged out of the air. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, give on the inside.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll... Oh, they blocked the kick. He's going to scoop it up. Racing to the right. Running inside the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they like.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a third down play. Looking to throw at Stockton. Got the back over the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Steps away to find some room. A strike downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
They'll run the screen. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the ground with the back. Touchdown, Dogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this fourth-quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
To the air, it's Croman Hope using the quick game. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
It's always interesting how people handle late games. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Caught in the backfield, it's Briggs. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in this stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
And, David, on 30 inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
On the run, it's Robinson. Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Back to throw. It's Stockton. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the stomping has commenced. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Auburn is ahead early in Jordan-Hare, but that's not exactly Bo Jackson out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Arkansas. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Peterson.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Looking to pass. It's Croman Hope. Grabbed over the middle. It's Briggs. It's a fumble on the play. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Power football with the run. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to get it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
And this game is obviously out of hand, man. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against a defense playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
They stop him at the 23. Good pickup, but not quite enough for the 1st down. It'll bring up 4th down. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go. He's got it. 1st down and more. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He says a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their veins.
Touchdown, Mississippi State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation